Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Tales from the TARDIS Podcast. I'm your host Scott Summers, and today is going to be my commentary of Doctor Who Series 10 Episode 3, Thin Ice. So without further ado, let's jump in. Have your copies of Thin Ice ready as I do on BBC iPlayer, and 3, 2, 1, play. Just an elephant. I could not wait for this episode, and just the first time the camera turns back to the Doctor and Bill, I just smiled so much. Well, not without meaning to, eh, Doctor? Now that is a callback. According to River, at least, the Doctor took her to the last Great Frost Fair. They were serenaded by Stevie Wonder. Lucky he didn't run into himself, eh? Probably was a better parking spot for the TARDIS, though. Of course. No, definitely dangerous. The TARDIS wardrobe once again. And just our first little glimpse of what is, I almost want to call this episode Under the Lake. I know it's Thin Ice, but I did almost accidentally call it Under the Lake a couple of times because it just seems almost like it. Now, a little interesting fact while the title call is going: Thin Ice was originally going to be the title of a story in the classic series. Before the show got cancelled, it was supposed to be Seventh Doctor and Ace's last story together. Now, in we go. Sarah Dollard obviously last wrote Face the Raven. Not quite as many companion deaths expected today. And obviously TARDIS realised what was wrong just after the Doctor had stepped out the doors. But man, you really get a look at how big it is. How long it is, rather. I mean, there is a history of companions being erased from time. I mean, Rory was for about 5 episodes, and then he came back as an Auton, and Doctor rebooted the timeline. That's a bit complicated. But yeah, that's for a different episode. Oh, cute kid. And now we go. It's not an alien planet, but seeing the past recreated. Doctor Who and the BBC just always do this so well. Costumes, all of the outfits, all of the scenery, just once again amazing. Bill, not quite as adventurous as some of them. Doesn't quite want to try the old food. Yeah, spoke about that. Doctor and River. Who knows when else she was? That's the only other time we knew of. Now I feel like we should have seen that. Zero gravity wrestling with tentacles and magic spells. And who doesn't love a bit of Regency England? Straight. And this is what I love. Bill has her eye on the ball. She noticed the lights straight off the bat. First time she saw him, realised there was something wrong. It does come up later. The Doctor says he does steal occasionally, and he did just steal that hat. So, yeah, there's precedent for that. She did. Yeah. He stole that hat. He technically stole the TARDIS and probably a few other things that I'm forgetting at the moment. Plus that pie. Skating on the Thames. Who wouldn't want to do that? And here come the lights. I do love, we can see it clearer later on, the effect of how the ice freezes back over once someone's taken. It looks absolutely amazing. I just have one problem with this bit, and it's not the children conning. I've seen that before. It's how much the sonic screwdriver is sticking out of the Doctor's pocket there that allows it to be taken. He wouldn't normally have it in sort of a pocket there. Traditionally, it always seems to be like inside jacket pocket. It seems like it was put there just for this bit. It just seemed a little bit forced and fixed, but it was basically there to advance the plot. Sonic sonic screwdriver also recently been added to the Oxford English Dictionary. There's another little fact for you there. And I mean, as much as I don't like deaths, he really should know, given what he's been doing, that this would happen. And of course, the Doctor would like to save the kid, but more importantly, it's still pretty new Sonic. Doesn't want to lose it straight away. We really get to see Bill really caring here. We really get, obviously, third episode, Bill still learning about the Doctor, and we do get that early bit of pushback that we need to see from a companion. It's what we would expect. Doctor does make a good point there. But also you can see it from Bill's point of view. I was really waiting for a 50th anniversary callback here. Although obviously, as we did learn then, the 10th Doctor knew the exact number, but the 11th Doctor had forgotten the number of children that died on that day on Gallifrey. Oh, we had that in the trailer. Probably both directly and indirectly. The Doctor has killed. We've seen him pick up a gun before. We've seen people like Davros say he turns his companions into weapons. His actions have both directly and indirectly caused deaths. He's had companions die for him. But as a man who's lived for over 2,000 years, he can't be hung up over every death. Otherwise he'd barely move on after losing a companion. You've got to keep moving. And remember all the people that you used to be. Sorry, I was going to start quoting Matt Smith's regeneration story there. And here we see little kids. Now at this point, I was really getting a vibe of Empty Child Dr. Dances from Series 1, Eccleston, with Nancy and the younger kids that she sort of cared for. running around London, I was really getting the same sort of vibe here. Doctor averting it there. How much did he keep in his hat there? Some pies. Of course. The stolen pies. That story the Doctor is telling is apparently a true story. Bill doing her best there to reassure. There's three little kids there. Dot, Harry, we learn the other young girl's name, Perry. Doesn't seem a coincidence with the exception of Spider, the boy that died, and Kitty. The other three all named after previous companions. Yeah. Well, you're going to be inside the ice soon, Bill. Love the old-fashioned diving suits as well. And here's to start to feel they keep walking away from each other. You just feel like something's about to go very badly wrong. And here come the lights. Those little green lights. I have a slight issue with this next moment. I feel like there's a little bit of luck involved, where Bill manages to throw the light perfectly so it hits the Doctor on the back, which allows him to jump down just in the nick of time. It really doesn't look like there was enough space there for the Doctor to get through, but those are a couple of just small moments that don't couldn't help thinking at this point if it would have benefited the Doctor and Bill to still have those ear implants from the previous episodes. Maybe then they could have spoken to each other under here. And I did also randomly wonder at this point what powers the sonic screwdriver. I can't remember if it's been mentioned before, but just as the Doctor's holding and using it as a light while they're underwater, it did just make me wonder. Rather odd, really. And there in that flashback, you see the sonic screwdriver. It's almost like he wants it to be taken. And that is a big creature. And of course, it's the same man from earlier. Doctor Who is really running short on extras. He does admire the treat, to be fair to him. Despair. Loneliness. I almost felt like another little callback to the Starwell and the Beast below there. I mean, they are fish. Was a fish pie, but what sort of fish? With a little glow light attached to it. I have to say, I do quite like the design of those little fish. Small roll, small fish. Smart question, as we come to expect from the Doctor. Doctor does seem to have that thing of it coming, him trying to find the answer to some irrelevant question. I do agree with the Doctor though, I'm not a massive fan of tattoos. But yeah, seriously, standing on a frozen Thames, someone with a tattoo of a ship. I mean, psychic paper even. Slight misspoke there. The psychic paper, how lovely to see it once more. Its head, yeah. You're gonna want to put that back down, Bill. Yeah. The Doctor does very well here at getting information. Doctor does do very well here, I do have to say. How inquisitive of him. Very good cutaway there. Lord Sutcliffe. I do have to say the rest of this, everything else that happens between the Doctor, Bill and Lord Sutcliffe in this episode, I do love absolutely everything except the character of Lord Sutcliffe. And at this point I was racking my brain going, is it going to be an alien, friend, foe? And he does basically end up being the character description the Doctor gives him there. And I was waiting for absolutely anything. And then he walks in. Dr. Disco. Last used in the Saigon invasion. Oh, it was going so well for about 20 seconds. And I cheered at that moment. So badly cheered. As the Doctor punched the racist. I was waiting for the Doctor or Bill to do it, really. Well, I suppose that is the Doctor's charm, really. At this point I really do hate his character. I know we're supposed to, but I really hate him. And yeah, there we go. Tattoo on his left hand. Now, while it is a fact that the Frost Fairs did happen in London, as far as we know, they weren't orchestrated by a evil man who was trying to kill people by having some sort of possibly alien creature eat them from inside the Thames. You know, that's what records show at least. And no life is unimportant, as the Doctor has said before. And you can see in this moment why the Doctor does hate humans sometimes. A lovely speech. The Doctor does always give these great, meaningful speeches. And just before you thought he might have a slight redeeming quality, he has enforced the evilness of him, Lord Sutcliffe. I was waiting for the Doctor to try and escape while they were here. Probably. Well, he has made a few of them. In this incarnation, he made a speak in the Zygon inversion about war. The 11th Doctor made many speeches. Every incarnation has these meaningful speeches. But, you know, he's probably 2,000 years old unless he's lost count again. Probably not rum. It's written so well by Sarah Dollard that there is literally no redeeming factor to him whatsoever. And yeah, Bill thought the screaming was really going to work. Well, there's so many other things going on. But it did at least get the other guy out of the room so they could work on escaping. Sonic screwdriver. And now it does seem to work. Though the sonic screwdriver is in a different pocket there, so, you know, that's where you would expect his sonic screwdriver to be, so why it was where it was earlier. Very plot dependent, obviously. Lights. Some sort of sonic thing. Thankfully he does see the lights go inside. And they're very clever, whether it meant to do it or not. Interesting to know that the sonic screwdriver can stay on. With an on-off switch. And timing. Another one bites the dust, but you know. Henchmen have a history of dying. Come on, Bill. Loch Ness Monster. Oh yeah. And we really see Bill here. Another positive for Pearl Mackie and Bill, who just seems to be getting better and better. And she does decide to save the creature. like, not that it is a lot like The Beast Below, but Amy wanted to save the Star Whale. I do see the point though of people are saying that these episodes are callbacks to previous episodes, but the show's been going on for over 50 years. As essentially the only TV show with such a history still being made as frequently today, there are going to be callbacks and references. As much as these first 3 episodes do seem almost like they were almost remakes of old episodes, you've also now got fans involved in the creation and the writing of the show, so what do you really expect? And I was really waiting for something bad to go wrong here. But Bill saves who she can, when she can. And boom. Well done, Doctor. Although at one point I did think he was about to lose his Sonic again. Boom. And the second chain goes. Well done, Doctor. That was quite the way to do it. There he is. And that music, you hear the music start to roar. It's just, you know what's coming. And if you wanted to cheer the moment, everyone loves a hero's success and a villain's defeat. And here it is. Lord Sutcliffe falls. She can't go towards the steps. And just another cheer, just so happy as these moments come. And just to tie up the only other loose end I was thinking of at this moment, as we see the visual of the monster coming past. I did almost think she was going to be the Loch Ness Monster. But, they're checking on Greenland. And there we are, got his Sonic back. Pretty long. I do love little comic moments like that. And I have to say, for a CGI monster, I quite liked it. And now just to tidy up the 4 kids that are left. Just a nice happy ending. Doctor just slightly adjusting Lord Sutcliffe's will, it looks like there. And they have food. Well, he did have a few issues. And they're back in this almost 2-episode arc that wasn't a two-parter and yet blended together so well. And here comes Nardo with the tea. Still the comic relief at the moment. Search-wise, not sure if it was last seen Series 1, but seen in Series 1 when Rose Tyler searched for a doctor in a blue box. Nothing. And while that is true, they did go off-world, not in those clothes. It was on the same world, just back in time a bit. Tea clothes. Yeah, there is a history of the oath once again. And it worked. And the kids were saved. And he must have learned that trick after all. And at least Nardo's still tending to the vault. Yes. I was listening to the knocking very carefully as we see what looks like very interesting next time trailer. With the lots of rumours of what may be in the vault. And it sounded like the knocking was in a rhythm of 3. A lot of people claiming they were hearing a rhythm of 4, suggesting which John Sim-shaped Time Lords they think might be in there. And I cannot wait for that next episode. Student-centred. It's going to be another great episode. Can't wait for that. But I thought this was a really good episode. So far this series, that's 3 episodes in a row that I've just thought have been really good, and I'm just happy to have Doctor Who back. And in Capaldi's last series, I just wanted some good episodes, and so far the first 3 we've had have all been that. And obviously we're still waiting for those big old foes to come back, and they're going to be brilliant. I thought this was brilliant. I will hopefully be recording my official review soon, but this was my commentary. Good episode. It's not going to spoil anything else from my review. So until then, you can find me on Twitter at Tales_TARDIS, via email at talesfromthetardis@gmail.com. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. I've been Scott Summers. I will be back soon with my review of Thin Ice. Until then, this has been Tales from the TARDIS Podcast.